Hi guys, welcome to the first day of class. Okay, let's let the class come in. Everyone who is not here now is late. You are late for class, okay? Everyone who's not here is late. Whoever is giving hearts is on time and has perfect attendance. Perfect attendance, I tell ya. Hi you guys, come on in, come on in. Today's the first day of TV Production 101. So I'm gonna just I don't want to get too deep into it just yet because I know there's some people's names I haven't seen yet. There's like a couple of people I like to just confirm. Yay, Ebold, you're here. Love, 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 love. Love, love, love. Yes, Quincelin, you made it. Okay, great. I should do like a roll call or attendance or something. I don't know. Thank you. Come in, have a seat. Everyone come in, have a seat. You don't have to be quiet because we're all in different rooms. So please talk in the chat. Introduce yourself in the chat. Something interesting about yourself. Let's see. I'm trying to wait for my moderator to get in. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Asia Moore. Thank you, Asia Moore. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Sid's here. Yay, Sid. Okay, everyone come here. Oh, Tyja's here. You guys, my dog is acting up already. I don't know if you can see him over there. He's acting up already. Hi, everybody. Welcome to TV Production 101. Please forgive me on the first day, not having everything as organized as possible, but our course is sort of developing as we go. So you guys are actually helping me workshop an actual course that I want to use. Thank you, Alien Superstar. Alien Superstar. Do I owe you an email? I think I owe you an email. Oh, you got your acceptance letter. Yay! Yes, love on talk. So I'm figuring that whole process out. So right now I have two cameras going. And I'm ignoring the one in front of me because I want to talk directly to you guys in this one. But I'm hoping to eventually, at least by next week, get it all worked out so that I can have my stream go through one camera and distribute to different places. Oh, Charnel is here. Carmel, you didn't get your acceptance letter? Did you sign up on my email list? Because I sent those out based off of the most updated email list as of probably like midnight last night. So if you added yourself this morning, you probably didn't get your acceptance letter yet. Yay, Dr. Nikki, if you want to start your career over, you can do both. You don't have to start over. You don't have to start over. Just do both. Do both of them. Let's see. Yay, you got your acceptance letter. Yay, we're so glad to have you here. You can send me an email letting me know you were going to check it out. Oh, yes. Okay, but I have more. So actually, Alien Superstar, if you don't mind, could you send me your number? I don't know if you already did in that email, but I'm better on the phone, just like so I can hash things out. Yay, look at everyone introducing themselves. I love it. Autumn's here. I love it. Okay, everyone, welcome to TV Production 101. First order of business is I'm having everyone just introduce yourself in the chat. Give your name and anything else you want to tell us, why you're here, what your career is. Some of you, Steph, you're here. Steph. Okay, Steph, are you my moderator today? Yes. Okay, thank you, Alien Superstar. And I'm always going to call you that, by the way. Like, I learned people's real names and I still call them their TikTok handles, which is funny because their handles are different. Alicia's here too. Yay. Okay, everyone. So let's go over a couple of class rules first, okay? First thing is you have to have your 3 class materials, which is a listening ear, a desire to learn, and an openness to give and receive enthusiastic community support. That means we are cheering each other on. We're asking questions. We're engaging in the comments. We're talking to each other. This is not a classroom where I expect everyone to be quiet, okay? Anita's here, screenwriter. I love everything through it. Anita's a fabulous writer. Anita also, remember guys, was our first live pitch workshop for semester 2025. So everyone say hi to Anita. So you just have to be ready to be supportive in the chat and talk to each other. As a side note, I love getting little hearts. They're so cute. But I like for you guys to tap them when I'm saying something particularly important or something that you're resonating with, because if you do that, TikTok will automatically tap. Like if you're tapping a lot, TikTok will automatically turn it into a clip. And then that makes it a lot easier for me on the back end to repost stuff that I know you guys want to see again or that you guys resonated with. So hearts are very important and very telling. The other thing is the other material you need to have for class. It is not mandatory, but I strongly suggest it. You guys already know I'm going to say it's to purchase the guide. If you haven't purchased it yet, it's not too late. Go ahead into my bio, click the link. It's the first guide up there, the ultimate guide to turning your TV pitch. Oh, yes, Jack just purchased today. Here's why I strongly suggest that. One, the book goes hand in hand with the course. So if you miss a day or if you're lost in something or if we get sidetracked and I start telling like celebrity stories from years past, then it helps us get back on focus. I also encourage you to take a look at it because if you can't make every class, then you can read it on your own and you can follow along on your own. It is really helpful. I'm biased. I put it together. So therefore I love it. See, I've joined the screenwriting course with Jen. Yay! Okay, I will purchase the book this evening. Perfect. Oh, I saw, Lethea, I saw you purchased it today. Love here. K-Love here. Yay. Okay, guys, so I think it's time for us just to jump right into it. We've done our introductions. We know who's who. Steph, you're in here, right? Steph, I'm going to lean on you really heavy for moderator today. So if you are available for that, please let me know. Just throw something up in the chat really quick, because that would be amazing. Oh, yes. And don't forget. Oh, so for those of you who got the email, got your acceptance letter, please make sure you go to all of our platforms. Patreon is the newest platform. We just created it yesterday, and it is our discussion board. It is free for you guys to go there and talk to each other, communicate with each other. Any homework assignments, I will reiterate them there. Any homework assignments you have will be turned in there. There'll be group discussion. And I want to also reiterate this too. You can participate in this class at any level that you want. I'm here for all of it. If you are casually popping in and out of some of the classes, that's perfectly fine. If you are dedicated to figuring out television production and you're really involved, I'm here for that too. If you're somewhere in between that, I'm also here. So when I say things like we have homework and the homework is due, those of you who want to do the homework, that is for you. It is not mandatory for everybody else if you're just popping in and popping out and learning in a different sort of way, okay? But I'm going to speak to the people who are treating this like a actual real course and they want to learn and workshop stuff, okay? So wherever you fall in that scale, perfectly fine with me. There's no pressure either way, okay? I thank you, Alicia, my purple. Okay, so Ultimate Guide to Creating a Pitch Deck for a Scripted Series is the guidebook that I'm going to be using. Again, you can purchase that, the link in my bio. The reason why I say that is because I'm going to be reading through this a lot. I'm going to be talking about it, making reference to this a lot. So it's great to have it as a guide. Today, week 1, we are going to do intro to title page and logline. I want everyone to pay attention to title page, especially. We're going to revisit the title page at the end of this course. So I'm going to give you the lesson on it today. You're going to have homework for it today. And then at the end of this course, we're going to go back to your original first assignment with your title page in it. And we're going to compare and contrast a little bit where we started and where we want to finish. Okay. Then we're going to talk about overview of, well, here's what we're going to do. The purpose of the importance of the pitch deck. We're going to talk about that. The overview of course structure. And we're going to identify your series, vision, and audience. How many of you guys already have either a screenplay, a pilot episode, or pages of notes on something that you know you want to get a pitch deck for? If you have something like that, I want you to put the number 3 in the chat for me. Put the number 3 so I can see. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3s. If you guys already have something in your mind, whether it's a fully written script, a pilot, a series overview, something that you already have in your mind that you are working into a pitch deck. I love that, PJ. 333 across the boards. Okay. Yes. First time attempting to write a screenplay. Great. I love this. I love this, guys. Yes. Way to go, Jack. Okay. So while we're doing that, part of this course is identifying your series' unique vision and your audience. Okay. Because if you already have something that you already know you have, created and something that you want to work with, you want to move towards, then this course, that's what's in the back of your mind with every week that we're talking about something, okay? Now, how many people in the class are like, I don't know, I just thought TV production sounded good. I eventually want to write something, but I want to learn this. If that is you, put a 5 in the comments. If you are here on vibes and future potential of writing and pitching, put a 5 in the comments. There we go. Okay, I love that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I'm also speaking to you guys too. So the difference is when you are listening and getting the assignment and the work, you are making stuff up as you go. There is no pressure for us to come up with a log line today and it be the actual thing you want to write at the end of the course. Which each assignment, you can make something up completely different. There doesn't have to be any cohesiveness to it. It doesn't have to be the whole thing, but it is a really good starting point, okay? Carmel, yes, I'm working on figuring out how to get this stuff posted later. I can repost it on TikTok, no problem, but I'm also trying to get it on YouTube too, because I feel like that's just a better platform for classes and courses like this, okay? Identifying your series' unique vision and audience, whether you have something already in mind, already scripted, or if you're coming up with something as we're going through the class just to work through this as an example to prepare you for the future, okay? The second thing we're going to talk about today, crafting the perfect title page and log line, okay? That is going to cover understanding the importance of the title page. If you do not understand that at the end of this class, then you were not listening. And you're probably going to be yelled at in the next one, okay? Oh, also reminder, I yell at people, so I will be yelling at y'all. Developing a conscious, engaging, or a concise, engaging log line, okay? So those are our 2 goals for this class right now. Understanding the importance of the title page and developing a concise, engaging log line. There is a formula. We're going to go over the formula. The second thing we're going to talk about very briefly is, well, the second thing we're going to do, we have a workshop activity that's going to happen in this class. So you guys are going to be communicating with each other on the chat, and I'm going to ask you guys to, at some point at the end of this, go over to our Patreon and continue the dialogue over there, okay? So you're going to have a workshop activity. You're going to have a peer review of your log lines, okay? No more being late, fashion baby. Then your assignment, I'm just going to tell you right now, your homework assignment for tonight, create a title page, draft, and a log line. Okay? So look at you guys. I love all the hearts. I love it. I love it. Thank you guys for the gifts. I'm sorry just because I'm like in the zone, but I definitely appreciate any hearts, gifts, anything you send over. They're greatly appreciated. We feel good? Because I'm going to start. You guys ready? Yes, let me see some hearts on the screen if you're ready. Tap, 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 tap. Let me know you're ready. There we go. Yes. I love it. Please repeat assignment because gifts are loud. Okay, so if you look up at the top, Steph, my moderator, will always pin the important information. So today's assignment, your homework, is that you're going to create a title page and you're going to draft a log line. Okay. Oh, you guys can't hear me when the gifts are being said. Okay. Noted that. Oh, whenever I get them, I'll pause and then I'll say it again. Okay. Okay. So I see all the hearts. We understand now. Grace, that is a perfect question because what is a log line, right? We're going to start out though first with a title page. Okay. And I'm pulling up, Anita, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to pull up your title page as an example. Only because it is the last thing that was in my file here. So let me see if I can grab that. So your title page is the first page of your pitch deck. The very first thing that anyone who is looking at your pitch deck is going to see. As far as I'm concerned, that is the most important thing in your pitch deck above any and everything else, okay? It is not the most important overall when you're pitching, but it is the most important thing when you are creating a pitch deck. So up on the screen right now, can you guys see that? This is courteous. This is this is Anita's. For those of you who are in our live pitch workshop on Sunday and Anita did her pitch, this is Anita's title page, okay? What is a title page? A title page is the very first page of your pitch deck, and it is extremely important. As far as I'm concerned, different teachers and professors will tell you different things about what's important, what's not important. For me, your title page is the single most important page of your entire pitch deck. And this is because in a very practical way, if I have 30, 40 pitch decks, like obviously they're not on my desk, everything's virtual now, but if I have a stack of pitch decks, whichever one is the most attractive is going to get my attention first. And what I mean by most attractive, it doesn't mean necessarily the prettiest, because that is subjective. But if it yanks me into the world immediately, you've got my attention, okay? So in this case with Anita's ropes me into her world immediately. Like already I see a black woman with a gun. I see and in front of people, so it looks like she's probably going to be protecting people. I see crime scene tape. I see all sorts of things that make me feel like this is probably going to be like Law and Order. This is probably going to be like a NCIS maybe. It's going to be like How to Get Away with Murder. Like all of that is going to draw me right in. Stone. Beauty is pain. Love it, okay? So I want you guys to pay close attention to what goes on your title page. You have the title, obviously, of your project. In this case, the title is Stone. Then underneath Stone, you will see the phrase, beauty is pain. That is your tagline, okay? You need to have a tagline. Then you're going to have your visual style, which is what we're looking at with Anita's title page. That is the visual style that matches the tone and the genre of her screenplay, her pilot, her project in general, okay? And if you notice, all the way over to the right or your left is contact information, okay? So those are the things that you need in order to make your pitch work. Okay, sorry. Let me take this off. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Okay, so just to recap, on your title page, the title of the show, a tagline. Well, let me say it. Title of the show. You want large, bold, eye-catching font. Okay? You want to grab my attention. You want me to walk away knowing the title of your series immediately, whether I've read your pitch deck or not. I want that to catch my eye as much as it possibly can, okay? The second thing is your tagline. A short, memorable phrase, something snappy, memorable that captures the essence of the show, okay? Tagline again, a short, memorable phrase that captures the essence of the show, okay? For example, we had Anita's, which is our real life example through this workshop. We have Stone, beauty is pain. How many of you guys watched the episode of Breaking Bad? Did anyone watch the pilot episode of Breaking Bad? Breaking Bad, their tagline, Breaking Bad changed the chemistry. A tagline is not the same as a logline. Thank you for asking that question. A tagline is not the same as your logline. This is the only thing that goes on your title page, your title of the show, and large, bold, eye-catching font. Your tagline, which is probably 3 words, maybe. Beauty is pain, 3 words. Change the chemistry for Breaking Bad, 3 words. And then you want visual elements that immediately draw me into the world. Okay? Like I don't want just like pretty images. I don't want just gritty images. I want you to pull me into your world immediately. Okay? I want to be able to judge this book by its cover. Okay? So when I gave you the example of Anita's just because we have that visual style available there. I want you to like immediately, I know what her series is about. I know what her project is about. I haven't even read anything about it other than the title and the tagline. Okay? So that's your visual style. It needs to bring me into the world. It's not just there to be aesthetic. You need to bring me into the world, okay? The next thing is your name and your contact info, okay? And that, when you put your name on there, you want to add your name and whatever role. If you are, I'm Jillian, writer, creator. Jillian, writer, producer. Jillian, executive producer and EIC, right? Whatever title I have in relation to the project is what you want to put there next to your name and then your contact info. Okay, so that is what a title page is. So here's what I would love for you guys to do right now in the comment section. And again, all of this that you're doing in the chat, we're also going to do on Patreon. There'll be some prompts for you guys over there, but let's just have a little bit fun workshopping it right now. Give me the title of anything. Just throw some fun, catchy titles in the chat. It could be real, it could be fake. Ideally, we love fake, something that you made up off the cuff. Because I want to see where you guys' heads are. Found. Okay, we love found. We love found. That one's really good. But that's a real one. That's a real TV show. Olympus, that's good. Okay. Jake's Life. Okay, that's good. The Alchemist, Whisper, Beloved. Or is it Beloved? Southern Gothic, Nomad's Land, Fun Day Friday, okay. Unbalanced Acrobats, Ebold, I Need More. Detective M, 47, Faith. You guys, this is fantastic. These are fantastic. Now, for anyone who put a title in the chat, what's some imagery that comes up behind that title? You don't have to have like a fleshed out pilot or a series or idea, but what's some imagery that is evoked whenever you think of, let's say, silent ranks? What does that make you think of? Silent ranks. Who is this? Charnel, we're going to use yours as an example. Promised love letter. Oh, love that. So you want to think about all the imagery that supports everything that you're saying. Silent ranks, military. Yes, that's what I get from that. I get, again, conspiracy. Like exactly the feline, a femme fatale. Yes. Okay. Yes. You guys are seeing how a title can invoke imagery. And if you are sitting in front of a pitch deck and you get the title and the imagery, you do not want them to fight each other. Okay. You want your title and your imagery to all be in the same world, because you are creating and developing your own world, and you are thrusting the person reading your deck into that world. So whatever producer, production company, network, whoever you're talking to, whoever's looking at this deck, that title page is going to thrust them in there. So you want to make sure that your title, the color of the font, the type of font. If we are using the example of silent ranks, it would not make sense for you to have like circus font, right? It wouldn't be terrible if you had Times New Roman, but is that going to draw me into the world? Right? Your creative decisions around your project are in the choices are in every single thing you make, right? So on your title page, it's no exception. The font is no exception. The imagery is no exception. Exactly. You could do extreme military font if it is, let's say Silent Ranks is like a live action. We are in the middle of Vietnam, right? Then I kind of want to see that font that's on the side of like, I don't know why the Dumbo is coming to my mind, but like, what's the Operation Dumbo? I don't know why that's coming to my mind, but that font that they have that's on the side of like the military crates. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's the Roswell font that's up there. You know, maybe it's something like that if it's in the field, right? But let's say Silent Ranks is not in a war zone. Maybe Silent Ranks is the administrative side of the military and them having to do a joint venture with the FBI, right? Then having military font may not be what you want to use to pull me into the world. Now we're thinking more of like a bold political influenced font, right? Because that's now we're talking about the politics of military and the ranks and mystery and conspiracy, right? So that your choices, your creative choices are all over your pitch deck. Your title page is the single most important decision that you will make. And within that are tiny little decisions, again, that need to support thrusting someone into your world. Like I say pulling, but really you are thrusting someone into that world, okay? I love this. You guys have so many good ideas. Okay, so that is our title of our show. Now our tagline, short, memorable phrase that captures the essence of the show. Ideally 3 words, if we can get it down to 3 words. So we have silent ranks. What's a good catchphrase? I saw someone throw one up here actually. Let's see. Silent ranks, spoken unkept secrets, or silent ranks. My show ideas like tales from yes. Ardelia, it's not hard. It is not hard. Here's what these exercises are for, and here's why I have you guys do this in the chat on the spot, is because we are all creative beings. There are a million thousand ideas that are flowing through our brains at all times. What happens is the minute someone says, okay, go, we get scared and we're like, I can't think of anything. You have a million ideas at all times. I also want you to get used to coming up with these ideas and used to seeing yourself as a creative person. Like you are just as creative as Shonda Rhimes. You are just as creative as Tim Burton. You are just as creative as anyone who has a story to tell. And anyone can tell a story. Okay? So, silent ranks, the price of moving up. Ooh, I love that. Silent ranks, secrets hidden away. I love that. Silent ranks, what do you believe? Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. Okay. You guys are coming up with this stuff. Silent ranks, are you first or last? Okay. Because that doesn't sound military to me though. Silent ranks, are you first or you last? Makes me think of like a relay, like some sort of team, like a team sport going up against each other, and you want to see who's first or who's last. The price of moving up eats, right? Are you first or last is dope. Yes. Okay, so you guys are getting it. You guys are understanding taglines. Put some 2s in the comments if you understand tagline. Let me see some 2s. Do we understand tagline? 2. I want to see all the 2s. Good job. Okay, so you guys understand that. Do we feel comfortable moving on to log lines? Because log lines, they're my favorite. I mean, I say that about a lot of stuff, but I love log lines. Okay, so now for our log lines. How many of you know what a log line is? If you know what log lines are, tap the screen. Let me see some hearts for all your log lines. Alien Superstar, thank you so much. Let me tap the screens. Oh, it looks like no one knows what a log line is. I mean, this is TV Production 101, so I understand. Okay, so a log line is a 1 to 2 sentence summary that hooks the reader. Okay? A 1 to 2 sentence summary that hooks the reader. Okay? I'm going to say it one more time. A log line is a 1 to 2 sentence summary of the project that hooks the reader. Okay? We understand that? I love it. I love the tapping. Keep tapping. Okay, and I want you guys to really understand what I mean by 1 to 2 sentence summary. We do not, very rarely can you get to 3 sentences. If you get to 3, do a revisit, okay? Go back and do a revision and see if you can cut it down. You want somewhere between 30 and 40 words. 40 being way too much, 30 being enough. Like just, you're there, okay? So if you can get it to 30, you only have one more pass you need to do. 30 words, okay? So here's an example. And again, if you guys did your homework that I gave you from, the ongoing homework, then you'll know this example. Here's an example of a log line. A high school chemistry teacher turned methamphetamine producer navigates the criminal underworld while trying to provide for his family in this gripping drama. Okay, I'm going to read it one more time, and I want you guys to guess what you guys think this is, okay? No, Day, not like a mini synopsis. I don't even want you to use the word synopsis in comparison to logline, because that is a slippery slope, okay? Synopsis, nowhere near your logline, okay? And I see you guys already guessed it. Here's the logline again, and someone count how many sentences this is. A high school chemistry teacher turned methamphetamine producer navigates the criminal underworld while trying to provide for his family in this gripping drama. How many sentences? 1. That was 1. Let's see, what'd you say? What about, I saw someone say, what about summary? No, we're not there yet. You keep your summary way away, okay? Because I need you guys to understand log lines as its own standalone thing, because your log line is the pitch, okay? Your log line is going to be your elevator pitch. Your log line is going to be the, hey, check out my pitch deck. I wrote this whatever, and this is what it's about. Your log line needs to be in your back pocket at all times. Your log line needs to be the thing that you are walking through the door holding in your hand, okay? Your log line, I want you to see it as something completely separate, different, standalone, isolated. If no one reads anything else, your log line has to be able to tell what your project is about. Okay, so I don't like comparing it to anything. I compare other things to the log line, but we are not comparing the log line to any other thing, okay? And I want you to stress this if I haven't done it enough already. Your log line is its own individual, independent thing that exists for a very specific reason. We are building on the log line, but your log line has to be solid foundation before we can move on with anything else, okay? Okay, I see we have some log lines for Silent Ranks, our imaginary project for this show, for this class, navigating military politics through underbelly of secrecy and elevation. I really like that. Here's what I'm going to fill you in. I'm going to fill you in on the formula for our log line, okay? And I know, Alicia, if you're in here, I think was it Alicia? Alicia has a very simple, straightforward formula. Mine is going to take us a little bit around the way, okay? It's going to take us just a little around the way. For your log line, let's see. I want your log line to have the following things, okay? It's a 1 to 2 sentence, but your log line, it needs to be concise. Limit it to 1 to 2 sentences max. If you find yourself getting to 3, find another way to say it, okay? You want clarity over complexity. I know we have the sort of instinct is to tell the plot. You're not telling me the plot. You're telling me the summary with clarity, not complexity, okay? You want to focus on the core conflict, okay? That is crucial, that your log line tells me what the conflict is. That's our first part of the formula, conflict. It has to strip away subplots and details to zero in on the main storyline. Let's see, everybody's out for political power and an uncharted military. Who can we trust? Officially, lady, can I tell you, that's a beautiful trailer. That is a beautiful trailer. That is something I could slice together as an opening for a trailer. That is not a log line, okay? You got to tell me, log line needs to tell me the conflict. It needs to tell me the subject. It needs to tell me the conflict. And it needs to tell me the tone, if you could get that in there, okay? Breaking Bad, it's a gripping drama. I know that already. I don't have to guess. You've told me, okay? Conflict. A chemistry teacher turned methamphetamine producer, right? That's the story. That's the summary. The conflict is navigating a criminal world while trying to provide for his family. That's his conflict, okay? Conflict, where we have, subject, conflict. And then I like to say you want to invoke curiosity, which I think a lot of us are really good at this, the evoking curiosity, but you want to use compelling language to make the reader want to know more. And officially, that is what, I forgot your name already, I'm so sorry, but that's what the one I said sounds like a trailer, that is what your log line, that's what your sort of log line was. So I wouldn't call it a log line, but I definitely call it something that I would use because it's exciting, it has curiosity in it, and it sort of matches a tone. We don't know the tone of Silent Ranks yet. We all kind of know it's a military something, but we haven't quite decided on the tone, okay? You also, speaking of tone, you want to ensure that your log line reflects the genre and the mood of the series. If this is a murder mystery, what kind? That's not enough. A murder mystery that's funny, like a comedy? Is it a murder mystery that's a gripping drama? Is it a murder mystery that's quirky and wholesome? Is it, so your tone and your genre all kind of have to show up. Even though there's a dedicated slide to that, you kind of want it to show up in as many places as you can leading up to that. Recruiting is his most notorious unsolved case. Recreating his most notorious unsolved case. I mean, that's interesting. I'm definitely interested. Tiffany's here. Yeah, Tiffany, but we don't want to compare the log line to anything else. We want the log line to be the thing, and we compare everything else to that. So, and that's just to keep it straight in our heads. Hi, Nika's here. So that's just to keep it straight in our heads, okay? Because you're going to get a lot, the summary, the synopsis, the overview. All of those things are going to have their place. But your log line, as it relates to your pitch deck, your log line needs to be completely independent and of its own. Love that. Thank you so much. Okay, so do we understand that, right? So our formula essentially is concise, conflict, subject, right? So the main character or main story point, but the person, there needs to be someone in the log line. It needs to invoke curiosity and it needs to match the tone. Okay? So that is your log line. And that is, you guys, your homework. The second part of your homework tonight is to create a log line for a project. And because this is TV production, I want everyone to do it for a TV series, okay? So specifically, you're not just gonna go out and I don't want you to just make up something that you already have or go off of something you already have. So we're gonna get very specific. The homework assignment is to create a log line for a murder mystery, for a comedic murder mystery, okay? You're gonna create the log line. You're also gonna give me a title for this series. Totally up to you. A title and a log line. And then, if you are advanced, okay, because we didn't talk about this a lot in this first part of class, I'm gonna have you guys make a title page. So I want you to give it your best shot at making a title page, okay? I'm gonna quickly give you a place to start, give you suggestions on places to start, but I really want you guys to kind of seek out how to do this for yourselves, okay? And this, again, this is something you don't have to stress about too much because we're gonna revisit this at the end of the course, right? And we're gonna see how far we have come from the first day of us trying to do it without any kind of direction or very little direction to now finishing the course, having a clear idea and a clear concept, and then retrying a title page again, okay? So, homework assignment. Let me know if you guys understand our assignment. We are first creating a log line for a comedic murder mystery. You are going to give it a title, and then you're going to create a title page. On your title page, here's what I need to see. The title of the show. I need to see a tagline. And your visuals need to match what you are about to tell me in your log line. Okay? So the tone has to match. Okay? So that is your homework assignment. Look at you guys. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me see hearts if you guys understand. You guys got it? Yes. Thank you, Ebold. You're going to submit this on Patreon. Okay? I'm going to set up, and I do this after class. Okay? So there's no one turning in anything right now. We're not getting distracted from the class right now. Once this live ends, I'm going to create a thread for our first homework assignment. It's going to go live, and then from that point on, you guys can drop your homework in. The homework is not due until Sunday. So end of day Sunday. Okay? We are going to talk. We still have class tomorrow. We're not going to talk about your log lines or your title page tomorrow. That's all by Sunday. So we'll do the live pitch workshop on Sunday, which I think some of you guys have signed up to already. I'm not sure, but submit homework on, thank you, Steph. Submit homework on Patreon, which we will go over. Submit it on Patreon. After this class is over, this homework assignment is going to have a discussion board for it within Patreon that does not go live until we end here. So you won't be able to fill it out or do anything until we end here, because I want you guys to pay attention in class and not pop over to Patreon and try to turn in your homework early without finishing the whole class. Okay? Okay, so let's do Sunday. Okay, so I'm gonna recap, and then we're gonna go on to the next thing. Okay, we have I want to just make sure we understand our practical homework, and what we're gonna do tomorrow is gonna be a recap as well. But I want to recap what we did so far, and then I'm just gonna move us along. Okay, so log lines. Do we feel comfortable and confident that we understand what a log line is? If you understand log lines, put a 2 in the comments. Let me see it. Thank you, Steph. Yes. All links you need for Patreon. Everything you need is, everything you need is in your acceptance letter. If you have not received an acceptance letter, that means you did not sign up on our email list. So we absolutely need you to do that. I will add Patreon to the link in bio. I forgot to do that. Sorry, guys. I forgot to do that. But it will all go live. Let's see, wait, do we always write the tone genre at the end? No, you can put it anywhere. You want to make the strongest possible log line you can. So if starting out saying it's a comedic murder mystery where Jack the detective, blah, 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 right? If that feels strong to you, then you can lead that way. Sometimes you don't even actually have to mention what it is because you'll get it. Right? So Breaking Bad says a gripping drama, but it didn't necessarily give me the tone. It gave me the genre. Right? And it's a little bit hard to know if I would have figured that out without having seen the series. So I don't know, but it seems to have evoked the tone without them having to say the tone is dark. It's a dark, gripping drama. Unzer 68185, whatever the hell that is. Yes, you're late to class, and apparently you didn't get your acceptance letter. Okay, so that means you're not on my email list. Go to my link in the bio, add your name to the email list, because I will send people stuff. The acceptance letter are really important things. I will email you guys. And that was a big one. So everything you need is in an email. Also, if you can navigate to the Patreon, I think the email is there as well, but I will add yourself to my email list. Wait, you got to drop your email today? I'm confused. Okay, so quick recap. What is the most important part of your pitch deck? According to Professor Jillian, what is the most important part of your pitch deck? I want to see some answers in the chat. Thank you. Yes. The title page. Oh, I see we had a log line. It is not the log line. Here's the thing. The log line is the most important thing overall. Right? Overall, meaning you wrote this project, you have this project, your log line is the most important overall. What is the most important part of your pitch deck specifically is your title page. And it is simply because we judge a book by its cover. And a little bit of insight I like to share with people when it comes to pitching your projects to whether it's development producers at a network or at a production company or investors. Imagine they have a stack of people asking them for money for their project, right? So they are not using the process of finding the perfect project, right? They are actually using the process of elimination. Because if you have to get through 100 and then in 2 days time, you're going to have another 100, you are trying to eliminate the ones that just won't work. So you're left with a pile of good stuff. Then you can read and look into the good stuff, right? So it's a very subtle thing when you're trying to weed through a lot. So what we want to do to counter that, to like anticipate that, is to not give them a reason to say next, right? To not give them a reason to slide us over into the pile of, I guess I can get to it later, right? We want them to slide us into the pile that's like, oh, this looks good. Okay, I'm gonna put it over there for when I have a chance to read, okay? So the reason why the title page is important is because if I can tell the story in that title page, if I can tell you what the world is that I've just built in that title page, you have a better chance of them going, oh, I understand this. This is clear. This is clear. Okay, got it, right? And it doesn't mean that it's 100% gonna like go into the yes pile, because they may clearly understand it and may not be looking for that kind of project, right? But at least that you are clear and they understand. And then when they revisit that, they are like, hey, I remember this one pitch deck I had. Let's see, he's trying to skate by with his, until he fools the wrong person and is hired to, ooh, Tiffany, you got, okay. I didn't give this preface before I started the class. So this is spring semester 2025. I had students for our last semester, which was a winter course that happened at the top of January. Okay. So there's about 10 people in the chat that you'll see that have taken this course already, who had a condensed version of this course. And so they have answers. They understand. They can answer it a way that I would answer it. So that's why I encourage everyone to communicate in the chat, talk to each other in the chat, ask questions in the chat. A few names I'll rattle off. Tiffany is one. Tiffany can help you answer a lot of questions. Steph, my moderator, can absolutely help you answer questions. Alicia is also she's a moderator too, and she can help you answer questions. Crystal, I don't know if Crystal's in today. I haven't seen her yet, but Crystal can also help you answer questions. Let's see. I'm trying to see who else is in here. There's quite a few people in here that can help answer any kind of questions you have. And for the 10 of you that I just sort of like am rattling off names, you guys know who you are. I will ask you to sort of keep an eye on questions for me. And if you know it's a question that I haven't answered or that was super important, or maybe it's a question that you had the first time we started doing this, just repeat it in the chat. Okay. Look, I love. Are you guys worried about your title page? Okay, I love this. Okay, places to go to help you create a title page, the visuals. The first thing I would say is Canva, and I will say Canva every single time. Canva works. PowerPoint works. It's not my favorite, but it works. You can create a title page because a pitch deck essentially is a PowerPoint presentation. Your pitch deck is a slideshow that presents your project in a clear, concise, streamlined kind of way. Okay? So Canva, PowerPoint, those are really the only two that I really ever use. But I will add some resources as far as visuals. Canva, the reason why I like Canva is because it's all inclusive. You can get visuals there. You can get video, you can get photos, you can get animations, you can get, you can play with the text, you can do it all in one, and it's very clear and easy. But there are places outside of Canva where you can find royalty-free, all sorts of everything. So we're going to add some of those resources into Patreon. So here's why adding the Patreon page is very important. Becoming a member on Patreon. for TV Production 101. It's a full collection. That collection is absolutely free to any and everyone who considers themselves a student of the class, okay? I'm going to be dropping a lot of information on our Patreon, a lot of follow-up stuff. I'm going to be checking in with you guys there. So make sure you're on the Patreon. And my bad, it is not in my bio right now. I put it in everyone's acceptance letter and completely forgot that people will come on who haven't gotten an acceptance letter, okay? But also I'm going to yell at you because if you didn't get an acceptance letter, it's because you didn't add yourself to my email list. Okay? So that's on you. And on me. But mostly on you. Shame on you. Okay, so Canva, PowerPoint. Yes, you didn't. And you should be sorry. Okay? Because I'll start calling people out by names. I will. Not sorry, ma'am. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Brown butter and B-roll. First of all, I love that name. Love that name, brown butter and B-roll. Absolutely love it. Love it. Okay. Fine. Everyone's forgiven. Okay, recap. Title page. Logline. Logline is what? How many sentences should your logline be? I want to see it in the chat. How many sentences should your logline be? I want to see it, and I better not see the same people answering over and over again. Y'all are getting A's, but I need to see some other people saying some stuff too. So get in the chat. Don't be afraid. Okay, I'm seeing 1, I'm seeing 2. I'm seeing 1, I'm seeing 2. Both are right. 1 to 2 sentences. Yes. Look at you guys listening. I love it. Okay, give me one piece of the formula that should be in your log line. List one thing that you should include in your log line. Takesha, no more than 40 words. Yes. Somebody's paying attention. Okay, conciseness, conflict, tone. Yes, right. Genre, tone more than genre. Well, yes. Genre, yes. Subject, conflict. Yes. Okay, these are new names, new faces, new profile pics. Well, not Asia Moore. Asia, I see you all the time. Happy you're here. Invoking curiosity. Yes. And if you have the guide, then you could just read this off. Okay, so that is a little bit cheating, but I appreciate it. Yes, look at y'all. Clarity, not complexity. Brown butter and B-roll. I mean, I have high hopes for you. High hopes, okay? I just raised the bar extremely high for you. Brown butter and B-roll, okay? The bar is high for you. So I need to see you participating at a high level. Just because I like your name. Okay, so thank you so much for a logline convo. Now, this is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. I have to find it though, because I lose this all the time. I'm going to read off some log lines and we're going to guess what they are. And if you guys were in this class before, you already know what this is, okay? And I don't want y'all cheating. Y'all are not allowed to answer. Okay? You are not allowed to answer. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, you guys ready? Yeah, Alicia. You can't. Alicia can't answer. Steph can't answer. Tiffany can't answer. Okay? Because y'all have seen these. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, are we ready? These are scripted shows. And these, full disclosure, these are very easy. Okay, so if you guys don't get these, they're easy. If you do not get them, we might need to start this class from the top. Okay, first one. This series follows the personal and professional lives of 6 20 to 30-year-old friends living in Manhattan borough of New York City. One more time. Follows the personal and professional lives of several single male and female roommates and friends living in Manhattan borough of New York City. Oh. I'm not going to answer because I'm going to read this one. And you tell me. You just tell me, okay? Because this is my petty. follows the lives of several single male and female roommates and friends in 1990s Brooklyn, New York. What show is that? The first one follows personal and professional lives of 6 20 to 30-year-old friends living in Manhattan borough of New York City. The second follows the lives of several single male and female roommates and friends in 1990s Brooklyn, New York. Thank you. Thank you. Number 2, do they sound very similar? Do they sound perhaps like one stole one from the other? I'm just saying. It really feels similar. Okay? The only difference being one is in Brooklyn and one is in Manhattan. That's all I'm saying. The other difference is one happened first and then the other came after. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, okay? Because the log lines are very similar. Very similar. But you guys got it right. Everybody got it right. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, here's our next one. When a young boy disappears, his mother, the police chief, and his friends must confront terrifying forces in order to get him back. Let me see. I'm going to read it one more time. Ah, damn it. You guys are getting these quick. Is it because I told you guys to watch this series? Yes. I'm going to read it one more time, even though everyone is getting it right on the first try. Love this, okay? When a young boy disappears, his mother, the police chief, and his friends must confront terrifying forces in order to get him back. So the interesting thing about this log line, it is Stranger Things. Oh, you didn't get that one? Oh, no. Okay. It is Stranger Things, okay? What I like about this log line is literally the words central conflict are in the log line. I didn't read it because I skip over it, but they really have it in the log line. When a young boy disappears, his mother, the police chief, and his friends must confront terrifying forces, parentheses, central conflict, end parentheses, in order to get him back. Okay? So, I love this. Steph, can you pin Alicia's? Alicia, I think you can pin too. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So that is Stranger Things, and it has a central conflict. Okay? Let's go down. I have one more. I have a couple more, okay? Next one. The socially awkward head writer of a sketch comedy show must deal with an arrogant new boss and a crazy new star, all while trying to run a successful television show without losing her mind. Loglines. You guys are quick. I barely even finished reading it, and it's up there. It is up there. Okay. That is the log line for 30 Rock. The socially awkward head writer of a sketch comedy show must deal with an arrogant boss and a crazy new star, all while trying to run a successful television show without losing her mind. Okay, so I want you guys to tell me what the central conflict is that. So the answer is 30 Rock. What is the central conflict in that log line? I'm going to read it again. Think about what the central conflict is, okay? The socially awkward head writer of a sketch comedy show must deal with an arrogant new boss and a crazy new star, all while trying to run a successful television show without losing her mind. Okay. Okay, these are really, really good guesses. Okay, relationship with a new boss. Yes. She's socially awkward to deal with her obnoxious boss. Yes. Yes, these are really good guesses. And some of you guys are getting it, nailing it right on the head. The central conflict. It's not socially awkward. That can create and add to conflict. But it is not the central conflict. Dealing with an arrogant new boss and a crazy new star while trying to run a successful TV show. That is a central conflict. Dealing with these new people in her life, a new boss, while trying to run a show. That is the conflict. Maintaining her sanity is the answer to the that's what she's searching for in the conflict. Okay, but do we see how, I'm going to read you guys one more, and I want you guys to think, no, I'm going to read you two more, but this one is super, super easy. You guys are going to guess what this is right away. I don't care so much about the guessing. You'll get it right. But what I want you to do is to think about how it fits the formula, because this fits the formula almost to a T. Okay? So our formula again, subject, conflict, curiosity, tone. Okay? Keep that in mind while I'm reading this. Does the central conflict mean that this will be the topic at hand throughout every season? Yes. Yes, Ash. Central conflict is what is going to be that. It's the thing that keeps the story moving through every single episode. It is the thing you never have to mention again, but everyone watching understands that this is the conflict. Because on 30 Rock, it wasn't every episode that she literally said, oh, it's so hard dealing with my boss when I'm trying to keep the show going and not lose my mind, right? But every week, stories were told around that. Every single week, the characters were she was dealing with that. So you understood that, and it did not have to be said. And it's what drives, it's like the main engine of every single episode. Okay? So it's absolutely right. Okay, so listen to this one, and we're going to start thinking about it in the way of a formula. So you never fully resolve this until you are ready to end the series. Ash, can somebody pin Ash's comment? So you never fully resolve this until you are ready to end the season. Pin Ash's comment and give Ash an A+ for today. Okay? Ash gets an A+ today. Because although that's not the exact formula, that is very close. Because you can always shift the conflict. You can shift the central conflict throughout the overarching series of the show. Let's say we get to season 7, right? It may not be the same thing. It may shift slightly, or the central conflict has gotten more complicated. And this logline I'm going to read you guys is actually a really good example of the resolution happening and the show still going on. Okay? So are you guys ready to guess? You can guess it. You're going to know right away. You are going to know right away. But I want you to think about it in terms of formula. And I want you to let me know the conflict. I want you to let me know the subject. I want you to let me know where's the curiosity, and then let me know the tone. Okay? You ready? A medical and romantic drama centered around Meredith Grey, an aspiring surgeon and daughter of one of the best surgeons, Dr. Ellis Grey. Throughout the series, Meredith goes through professional and personal challenges along with fellow surgeons at Seattle Grace Hospital. Right? We know it's Grey's Anatomy. First of all, how many sentences was that? I just want us to put that out there. Okay? Because there's a lesson to be learned in this. How many sentences do we think that was? A lot, right? Yes, that was a lot. That was a lot of sentences, actually. Wait, let me see. Let me add these up. I took a lot of deep breaths for that one. So it's 2 official sentences. Okay? 2 official sentences. But do you feel how long that felt? Now, do you understand? That felt long. That felt like we read a paragraph together. Okay? Very long. But that was just 2 sentences. So that's why it's important that you do 1 to 2 sentences, because that felt, honey, I thought I was reading a book. Okay? I'm going to read it again. A medical and romantic drama centered around Meredith Grey, an aspiring surgeon and daughter of one of the best surgeons, Dr. Ellis Grey. Throughout the series, Meredith goes through professional and personal challenges along with fellow surgeons at Seattle Grace Hospital. See? Thank you. It made you zone out towards the end. This is why your title page and your log line, they are judging a book by its cover. Okay? Judging a book by its cover. So the reason why I love using that one as an example, 1, it's very obvious what show we're talking about. But also we know who the subject is. Who's the subject of this project? Who's the subject of this particular series? Yes. Aspiring doctor. Yes, there we go, Ebel. Conflict, professional and personal challenges. Tone, medical professional, that's not the tone. You had everything except for the tone, right? Grey's ability to become a surgeon. Meredith is a subject. Yep, we got the subject. We got the subject. Okay, let's move on to the conflict. What is the conflict? That tone is not drama. That tone is not drama. We're going to talk about specifically tone and drama tomorrow. And I can tell a lot of people get those mixed up. Okay, did we have the conflict? I'm not seeing conflict. Sort of. Okay, sort of. No, high stakes tone. That's not the tone. Navigating hospital. No, you guys are close. You're close. You're close. So I'm going to read you what the central conflict is, okay? Meredith goes through professional and personal challenges along with fellow surgeons. That is the central conflict. Professional and personal challenges. That's it. Challenges. Professional and personal challenges. That is the central conflict. It is so straightforward, we almost miss it. We absolutely subconsciously take it in, right? We subconsciously take it in, but it's so simple that when we break it apart, we almost miss it. Professional and not even with peers. I would even leave the peers off. It's literally ranting for the free. It really is boiled down to personal and professional challenges. Because those challenges could be with peers, those challenges could be with her love life, those challenges could be with her mom, her child, because we don't know. We haven't seen all 500 episode series. We haven't seen all 500 seasons yet. We're just looking at the log line. That personal and professional trauma challenges could be anything. Absolutely anything. The story arcs are unlimited. And that's usually why a show breaks down their log line like that to be so simple and straightforward, because it does have limitless story options. As we all now know with Grey's Anatomy, because what are we on, like season 20,000? I don't even know what season we're on. But yes, that is as simple as that. Okay, now, so we did subject, we did central conflict. Now, tell me, what is the curiosity? Sorry, guys. Curiosity. I want to see curiosity. Grace, I'll get to your question in a second. I won't forget. What the conflicts are, challenges, personal and professional. Okay, that sounds good. Exactly. Bo TB, the mom, yes, but that's not the lore. Because as far as we know, she's just the daughter of one of the best surgeons. We don't even know if mom is involved, right? But if you're curious about it, then the logline did its job. But the curiosity is what's going on with her fellow surgeons, what's going on with her professional and personal life. Like now I want to know the drama. Okay, so now let's talk about tone. So tomorrow's lesson is all about tone and genre. So I don't want to go too detailed in it, but I also want to make sure that we are understanding they are two separate things. Just answered my own question, sorry. Genre is like where it falls in what box you put it in, right? So is it a comedy? That's one box. Is it a drama? That's another box. Is it a dramedy? It's another box, So that kind of tells me from not a creative standpoint, but from a development producer standpoint, like someone that you're pitching to, from that standpoint, your genre is how it links to other similar stories, other similar projects, what they have in common. So if it's science fiction is the genre, then I understand that it has minimal things in common with other projects classified as science fiction. Okay, and that's important for me because then I can kind of guess who your audience is. I have a point of reference when you're talking to me about it. I have a visual of my own that helps me bring the project to life. Okay. So think of genre as the box that you put it in. Tone is what exists inside that box. So, or what the box is made of, I guess. So, tone is the sort of emotional feel that I want you to have after watching it or while watching it, right? So your tone, you could have, it could be genres comedy, but the tone could be dark, a dark comedy. It could be a romantic heist, right? It could be, but it could be lighthearted. It could be, in this case, a romantic drama, right? Even though we didn't get a whole lot of romance in that, but you do understand that romance is part of it, okay? Romance is part of it, which in this case is just code for like, there's going to be a lot of like not so kosher hospital stuff happening there. Okay. So I just want to make sure I don't want to go into the tone and genre lesson today, but, sort of, Nyasha, it's sort of, but I think that also limits you. It also limits you. It is almost like an emotion, but like an umbrella term for that emotion, right? Like, I don't just want you to be sad. I want you to be, it's more like, not emotion, it's more like a mood, I guess. Nash, there will be on our Patreon. Have you gone to our Patreon? Did I just see Crystal pop in here? Crystal, have you been here this whole time? Crystal's another one. Good. Crystal's another one who has great answers and great insight on pitch decks, creating, writing, producing. So, okay. Because I was like shouting you out earlier. I was like, if you see Crystal in here, ask questions. If you see her answering, pay attention. Okay, so totally lost my train of thought. But so the reason why I like that log line is because it's so straightforward. It's really long-winded, but it's straightforward. And so you can pull out the formula in that. Okay, I'm going to give you guys one last one. Oh, and Crystal, you might have missed this part. You are not allowed to answer. My regulars, you guys are not allowed to answer these log lines because you've heard them all and you already know them. Oh, yeah. Okay, girl. You have an excuse. You have a valid excuse. Okay. Here's the log line. Are you ready? We're ready? Okay, great. Oh, sorry, my dog's barking. Okay, you ready? The capo of a New Jersey syndicate goes to a psychiatrist to deal with the changing nature of his business, a wife who no longer trusts him, and kids who are growing up, and his murderous extended family. I mean, I didn't say this one was hard, but yes, kudos to you guys putting Sopranos. Alicia, Alicia, okay, I thought you popped back in the live. I thought I said you had an answer. I was going to say nope. Yes, I'm going to read it again. The capo of a New Jersey syndicate goes to a psychiatrist to deal with the changing nature of his business, a wife who no longer trusts him, kids who are growing up, and his murderous extended family. First thing I want to ask you guys, how long is that? How many sentences do you think that is? If you said one, you are correct. It is literally one sentence. Okay, and I'm going to give you, in 2 seconds, the word count, 37 words. So did that feel long to you? Because that, for me, that is on the longer end. But that was 37 words, right? So do you see how quickly it can feel long? How quickly I'm done reading it. Like how quickly I'm over it. How quickly I have now moved it into the pile of get to later when I have a chance, right? Here's what we didn't do. I want to drop in, let's see, the word count for, shoot, where'd it go? You guys, if you only saw how many tabs I have open on this thing, it's kind of insane. Okay, I want to do the one for Grey's Anatomy just so you have the comparison. So Sopranos, 37. Grey's Anatomy, which was 2 sentences, was 41. Yes, Takesha, you have to be very selective when writing your log line. I always say write it and then shorten it. And then shorten it. Walk away, come back, shorten it. Okay? Ideally, under 30 words is chef's kiss. Okay? Chef's kiss. You cannot, if you have 40, no. If you have 40, it's just a no. It's just a no. And I want to say this too. What we are going over are sort of the unofficial rules of creating a pitch deck and sort of the formula and what people expect to see when they're reading a pitch deck at a professional caliber. But also understand, rules are made to be broken. They are made to be broken. But it is imperative that we understand the rules before we can decide which risk to take. Because you want to take calculated risk when it comes to this, okay? Okay, calculated risk. So if you want your log line to be 45 words and it's 3 sentences, if that's the rule you want to break because you know your title page is gonna win the whole thing, then maybe it's a risk worth taking. I don't know. Me personally, no, but I don't know. If there's like 1 sentence you have to absolutely have and you in that log line, you can't give it up, but you understand that your title page is like out of this world, maybe it's an okay risk. I don't know. But what I want you to walk away from here is understanding the formulas, understanding how it's done, understanding the quote unquote rules. So then you can take that and fit it into what you need. Okay? Okay, darlings. Okay, darlings. Let's see. We went over log line. We went over title page. Okay, so now we're going to get into the workshop-y part of this. Okay, we did a little bit of this early on, but here's what I would like. We're going to do a practical exercise. We are writing log lines, okay, but we're going to break it down. Instead of how we did earlier, you guys came up with the title, then we came up with the tagline. So now I want you guys to think in log line format, 1 to 2 sentences, okay? So let's get the who. And this is, for those of you just coming in or didn't hear this beforehand, when I have you guys do practical exercises during class, these can be completely made up on the spot. You do not have to have already a script written or an idea for a script or even an idea for anything. You could literally have just woken up, opened up TikTok and saw this live, and I'm telling you to write a log line. Whatever comes into your head is exactly what I expect, okay? So for your log line, we're going to cover the who, the what, the why, which is just a shorter way to say subject, conflict, curiosity, okay? This keeps cutting off my post. Oh no, Crystal, am I missing something? Okay, ready? We have log line idea, something in our mind, some sort of TV show idea, concept, something permeating in our brains, right? Let me see some hearts if you got it. Let me see some hearts if you kind of have something you think you can pull out. No one, no hearts. Okay, we're starting from scratch. That's good. Okay, the who. Oh, now you guys want to put hearts. Okay. I want you to write down who your protagonist is and 1 key trait. Okay? And if that sounds like words we have not discussed in this course yet, I want you to understand that is by design, because what we're learning in today's class, we are going to revisit at the end. And the ease in which those things come to you by the end of this, you're going to be very proud of yourself. Okay? Okay, I see it. We have the who's. Write down your protagonist, which is your main character, the subject, and a key trait of theirs. A weary private investigator. Okay, I love a kindly older woman. Yes, I love. Okay, you got it? Here's my example. A young, ambitious journalist. Okay? A young, ambitious journalist. Okay? The next part to your log line is the what. Define the inciting incident and central conflict. I'm going to give you an example. Who infiltrates a secret society to uncover their plans, risking everything. Okay? So my who, a young, ambitious journalist. My what, or central conflict, is who infiltrates a secret society to uncover their plans, risking everything. Okay, let me see some of you guys' the what, the central conflict. Yes, Takesha, I'm going to upload this. It's going to be on YouTube. And while we're talking about that, while you guys are kind of thinking about your central conflict and the what, we are built, this course that I'm teaching you guys right now was really pulled from my guide, the ultimate guide to creating pitch decks for scripted series. And I was just teaching from that, sort of like talking from that and kind of going down through that. And then Hillman Talk came up and I was totally inspired by Dr. Barlow, obviously. And I turned it into a course. So I'm in the process of actually taking this and putting it all together as a course. So some things may feel a little disjointed. I just ask that you guys bear with me and forgive any disjointedness as I'm figuring out the best way to present the information. So right now, all of that to say, right now, I am going to always do our live pitch workshops are going to always be here and on YouTube. And our classes are always going to be here and clips will be posted here, but I will put the full thing on YouTube the following week. On Patreon, I will try to put them before I put them on YouTube, okay? So places you need to go to make sure you can get this stuff seamlessly. Oh, I love this. You guys' conflicts are coming in great. Platforms you need to know about. TikTok, obviously, our Patreon account, and our YouTube channel. Those are the three main things, okay? Alien Superstar, if you're still in here, we might be adding a Discord to the Patreon. But right now, all things start at TikTok. All homework and everything will be on Patreon, okay? Okay, so that's a long way for me to say yes, this stuff will be reposted. Unbalanced acrobats. An amputee gymnast must lead a ragtag team of semi-professionals at the Olympics. Oh, yes. Yes, Spooky, it is at Spooky Saray. It is every Tuesday. Tuesday and Wednesday. Are you guessing based on what we put? Oh, wait, I saw that crystal and it went by super quickly. A young astronaut has to escape back to Earth from the spaceship. Class, thank you. I normally go live at 7:30. We're 7:30 to 9:30, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday. Tuesday is our first class of the week. Wednesday is our recap and then more workshopping. It's almost like office hours, so you guys can ask all of your questions. I dedicate like the last hour to just answering questions. Sunday is our live pitch workshop. So there isn't any active class. It is one of our classmates doing their pitch live and having it workshopped. And I love for you guys to join that. So please. Oh, yay, Max Bird. Well, welcome to the class. Welcome. Okay, you guys are the what looks great. I can't, it's like hard to keep up with them, but I love that because that means you guys are typing them in and you guys have them and I'm skimming through them. They all look good. Neurotics, physicists, journal, journeys into another dimension that questions her knowledge. Okay. Rookie officer is partnered with a corrupt, decorated officer who tries to convince him to join his side. Self-doubting woman struggles to keep up with society's standards of beauty. Professional single mother searching for love takes a love potion created by her daughter. I mean. Oh, I just saw a question. Do you put the subject or main character's name? You don't have to. I mean, the examples we gave, Grey's Anatomy, obviously she put Meredith Grey, but Meredith's name is actually central to the title. And it's like I don't know if it's technically a double entendre, but Grey's Anatomy is also like the basic handbook when you're in med school. So like to explain that out with Meredith's name makes sense. So then you can see that it's like a double meaning. Yeah, so you guys, you guys are doing so great. I love this. These are so fantastic. A middle-aged woman who is trying to heal a relationship with her children that she gave up when they were younger. JMB, I love that, but that's a long sentence, honey. That's a long sentence, but I love it. And if that's our only sentence, great. If you add something else, I'm going to yell at you. Just so you know. Just so you know. Yeah, so Gray's Anatomy with an A is the anatomical basis of clinical practice, which I think that's probably why Shonda mentioned Meredith Gray's name in the log line and when pitching it, because it's just clever. So that is why, but you do not have to. Most of the time it's not there. I think for Breaking Bad, Walter White, I don't think it's it's on the log line. It's in the synopsis, which we're not talking about synopsis. Synopsis, we don't know her right now, okay? We don't know her right now. We know title page, we know tagline, we know log line, okay? We don't know anything else. Into this idea, y'all. Autumn Melanie, late for class, girl. An unconventional cop turned bar owner with a murderous intent. A murderous intent? Uh-oh. Okay, you guys are fantastic at this. Okay, so when our discussion board goes live after this, I want you guys, for your homework, remember some of these, okay? Because this could be your homework. You could literally be doing your homework right now as our practical exercise. Okay, so the third part of this, we did the who, we did the what / central conflict, and now we're gonna do the why. The why is the stakes and the unique hook, okay? So you have to list the stakes and a unique hook. Example. Continue on with the example I had. The who, a young, ambitious journalist who infiltrates a secret society to uncover their plans, risking everything. The stakes, in this dark thriller exploring the line between truth and conspiracy. Those are the stakes, okay? But you notice, in this dark thriller, exploring the line between truth and conspiracy, what I get out of that, we hear the tone, don't we? We hear the tone, we hear the genre. It's a thriller, it's a dark thriller. The stakes are the line between truth and conspiracy. And it can be stakes and the hook. The stakes and the hook can be one and the same, okay? So let's see the why. Let's see some whys up here. You guys are doing great, by the way. Great. Fantastic. Nash, do you want me to read the example or the why part? I'll read the whole thing. Okay, so the who is you wrote down the protagonist and a key trait, right? So the example of who, a young, ambitious journalist. An example of the what is a young, ambitious journalist who infiltrates a secret society to uncover their plans, risking everything. The why, in this dark thriller exploring the line between truth and conspiracy. So I'm going to read it all as one giant log line, okay? A young, ambitious journalist who infiltrates a secret society to uncover their plans, risking everything. In this dark thriller, risking everything in this dark thriller, exploring the line between truth and conspiracy. So that's the whole thing. A 3-year-old toddler living a secret life, visiting an alternate baby verse by sneaking in a cookie jar. Okay, Ash, Ash, I didn't know where we were going. But I like it. I'm with you. I didn't know where we were going with that. Yes, I can say it one more time. A widowed wife helps a lost child find her parents in this suspenseful drama. There we go. They must navigate the blurred lines between duty, loyalty, and power while facing the shadows of the past. Yes. Okay, this is where I always struggle. I don't know why stakes are so hard for me. Amari, the stakes are not high. I bet you if you just talked it out, you probably say the stakes and the hook every single time. Like if you just are shooting the shit about this idea you have, I guarantee you say the stakes and the hooks probably at the top. Probably the first thing out of your mouth. Don't overthink it. Remember, Grey's Anatomy's log line, the conflict is professional, personal drama. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like personal challenges. That was it. That's the curiosity. The why is the curiosity. So don't overthink it. I bet you have it. Is this TV or feature films? Hi, Khadijah. So this is intro to TV production, but we are specifically focusing right now on pitch decks, and pitch decks can be for any project. It can be for a TV series. It could be for a film. It could be for a unscripted reality show. It can be for a podcast. It can be for anything that you need. You know, it just reminded me. You guys, I skipped over the first part of class where I was supposed to talk to you guys about what you can use pitch decks for. My bad. My bad. But that part is boring. That part is boring. I'm going to give it to you in 2 seconds. You need a pitch deck for every aspect of every single creative project you have. Because if you're not pitching it to TV producers or distribution companies, you're pitching it to investors, you're pitching it to directors, you're pitching it to people you're interviewing to work for their job to work on your project. You have to have that pitch deck in your brain at all times. So it is just a way to take the ocean of the idea and streamline it down to a glass of water. So you can hand a glass of water to anyone that you want to drink what you are selling, okay? That's the long and short of it. So it can be for anything. That creates chaos in our personal and professional life. We love. Don't forget to take a break. Not TikTok telling me don't forget to take a break. I thought that was a log line. It was not. Just got in from the hospital. I know we've missed so much, but here, Professor. Yay! Sorry you were in the hospital, but I'm glad you are here. Glad you are here. We love. Ex-cop turned bar owner must figure out who has framed him, uncovering truth, lies, and murders. Yes. Survival, humanity rests on the shoulders of an amateur rapper. And my survival rests on a rapper? An amateur one? Please tell me more. Please tell me more. Because I am very confused. Weary private investigator a year from retirement gets pulled to investigate a corrupt politician. Oh, we know how that goes, honey. You ain't retiring. You ain't retiring until this series is over. Okay, you'll be in the process of retiring at least until the 3rd or 4th season. We love that. We know how that goes. Septuagenarians? I don't know what that word is. We have lost children, begin a daycare, a witty outtake on the spectrum of age. Oh, wait. Why don't I know this word? Septuagenarians? I don't know, but you got me hooked. The curiosity part got me. Now I'm in the curiosity part. I love it. You guys 100% understand this. 100% understand this. So our formula, I'm going to recap it and I'm going to say it in both ways, okay? So for the practical exercise, we just did the who, the what, and the why. That is the basic way to think about the formula for your log line, okay? The specifics though, who is your subject? The what is your central conflict? The why is the curiosity, okay? What evokes curiosity for me, the viewer, okay? And just while I'm on this, when you're building your pitch deck, you are always telling about your project from the viewer's standpoint. You're speaking to the viewer. It's not you, the creator, because you, the creator, you don't need a pitch deck. It's the perspective of the viewer, because that's what the distribution companies are looking at. That's what the development people are looking at. They're looking at it from the viewer's perspective. Yay! Okay, how are we feeling about log lines? Do we feel like we can get our homework done? Do we feel like we can get our homework done? Do we? Okay, I have one more log line for you to guess. And if you guys don't know this one, this one's a little bit harder because you guys didn't guess it. I thought for sure someone would have guessed this. I really did. I really thought someone would have guessed this. Are you ready? A young, ambitious journalist infiltrates a secret society to uncover their plans, risking everything in this dark thriller exploring the line between truth and conspiracy. Come on. I've said it about 8 times since we've been on this live, and no one, did you guys think I made that one up? I did sort of present it as if I was coming up with it at the top of my head, but I did not. Okay, I'm gonna read it one more time. No. Let me see. Is anyone getting it? Let's get. Let's see. I know you guys thought I just made it up on the cuff. No clue. I know you thought I made it up. Nancy Drew, nope. Spider-Man, nope. No, look at the hints. Spider-Man, a dark thriller. A dark thriller. Spider-Man is not a dark thriller. Scandal, is she a young, ambitious journalist? No. Think of something that is a young, ambitious journalist. That's our who. Okay. Who infiltrates a secret society. I know, ranting for the free. You weren't listening. I know. And I would normally yell at you, but I don't think anyone else was really paying attention. And that was by design. I didn't expect you guys to pay attention. Okay, so did you guys give up? Do we give up? It's called The Conspiracy. A documentary about conspiracy theories takes a horrific turn after the filmmaker uncovers an ancient, dangerous secret society. Yeah? No? No? Never heard of it? Fine. I'm not going to judge your taste in like films and TV series. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to be condescending. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm a TV producer, so my taste is probably immaculate. I'm not going to do that to you guys. I'm not going to do that to you guys. Okay? I'm not going to do that to you guys. I'm going to keep this a safe space. I will listen and I will not judge, even though I will judge. Okay? Like if you haven't seen Living Single, I'm judging you. I'm judging because, because you know we didn't know that film. I knew you guys didn't know it. I knew you guys didn't know it. But I gave you so many easy ones. I gave you so many easy ones so that you could learn the lesson. This one is more about figuring it out and understanding the formula. This one has a really great, it's so clean, clear, crisp, the who, what, and the why, the subject, the conflict, the curiosity. It's there. It's there. It's there. Okay, so it is 9:15. We have 15 minutes left to class. Give me some questions. Let's do a little question and answer. Anything? Here's the parameters for the questions. No, I will not listen to your pitch and produce it and buy it. I will not. That's not what this is. Yes, I want to hear any questions about the class, stuff that we talked about today, about the homework, anything you may want tomorrow, questions about the live pitch workshop. So Armani, I'm not going to explain tone again, only because we have an entire 2-hour class on tone and genre. And it's hard for me just to condense it down into like a little sentence. But just think about it. Genre is the box that you put it in. Tone is how the box is decorated. Yes. Or it might be vice versa. But you get what I'm saying. They are two separate things that are very closely related, and they affect the same things. When we are writing the log line, should we be thinking in terms of one season or the whole series? Amari, you want to think the whole series. And this is just a self-confident, delusional pep talk here. Your project is going to be the best project ever. If it's a TV series, it's going to be on for a minimum of 100 episodes. A minimum. Then you're going to get to 500 episodes. This is going to go on and on. You are going to create the next Grey's Anatomy that sucks people in for generations. Okay? So that's how we move. That's how we think of this. Right? Unless you specifically want to do a limited series. That is the only time I will tell you not to expand it out. Well, I take that back. I will always tell you to expand it out, but I will not yell at you if you already know at the top that you want it to be a limited series. Okay, but then I'll ask, why limit yourself? Right? Like even if you think that story can only be told in 8 episodes, then make it something like American Horror Story, and it's a whole different story in the next season. So yes, the whole series. For film, log lines should be 2 sentences. Yes, log lines in general, across the board, 2 sentences max. 3 if your name is Shonda Rhimes. 3 if your name is Steven Spielberg. Okay? 3 if you've already sold 12 blockbusters. Okay? For us normal folk, make it 2. An unlimited limited series. Yes, exactly. We don't limit ourselves around here, okay? Let's see. And how can you tell what's good enough? Okay, I don't want to miss any of the questions. How can you tell what's good enough for limited versus regular 3+ seasons? Well, here's the thing. It's if you're right. Again, this is the self-confident Delulu sort of space I want all of us to live in when it comes to our art and our creativity. It's all good enough to be 3+ seasons. We're just starting out there, okay? The only reason why it would be considered a limited series is because you know what the story is. For example, let's say, what's the Tyler Perry one with the woman that worked at the military post office? What is that one again? The 7-something-6, I think. With that's the story. That's based off a true event, right? 688, yes. That's the story, right? So that story can be told as a movie or a limited series. If it expands past that, then it's a different story or a reimagining of the story or a minor character's different viewpoint of the story. But the only way I would tell you to say it's a limited series when you're going into pitch is if it's based off of a true story and this happened, that happened, and this happened, right? And even then, don't limit yourself that way. Let them tell you it's a limited series. Don't you go in there going, hey guys, so this can only make $2 million. That's it. No. Go in there, this can make $150 million, quadruple billion dollars. And then they'll go, ma'am, this is only $2 million. And you're like, oh, you'll pay $2 million? Great, I'll take it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't limit yourself. Let them tell you. Like, even if in your mind, you know, it's 8 episodes and you can't get past 8 episodes, you don't think the story can unfold in 8 episodes. That's probably not even accurate. I'm just saying, because if it can be 8 45-minute episodes, it can be 12 35-minute episodes. I'm just saying, don't limit yourself. Let's see, question. Can you create pitch decks for ideas and then sell them but keep royalties of some kind? Ash, this is, so people ask me this question a lot, actually. You can create pitch decks for any idea you want, and sell them, right? And sell the idea. But whoever your lawyer is going to determine whether or not you have anything to do with it past that. So I took a screenshot of this because this was so relevant to me. Let's see if I can find it. Do you guys know Roy Wood Jones? Or Roy Wood Jr., sorry. He did this whole chain about how he pitched a movie to a studio. They liked the idea. They paid him to write the movie. He wrote the movie. And after a while, they decided they didn't want to do the movie. And he said, cool, give me back the rights to the movie. And they said, sure, for this amount of money. And if you sell it to somebody else and they do it, then we get a back end of that. And if you don't do anything with it, but then we decide to do something with it, you don't get anything from it. But we can take it back. Okay? So I say that, and he's sharing that with people to say this. The water is treacherous out there, okay? The sharks are in the water. So the idea that there's a clean-cut way to sell an idea or to get a green light for a project and have it look the same exact way across the board, that's not the space that this industry is acting out of, okay? If someone is interested in your idea, if a production company, a network, a development producer, or distribution, they're interested, my 100% first next step for you, get a lawyer. You should have had one before this point, but get a lawyer. Do not sign anything. Do not look at anything, because a standard agreement leaves you with nothing. Standard agreement leaves them owning everything and you getting nothing but the check they hand you and kick you out the door. That's standard. So you do not ever want standard. Past that
it can be a whole bunch of different types of things. They can option the idea. They can option however they want. They can lock it in and shop it for 6 months, 2 years, 3 years. They can take royalties. They can get a lawyer. Just get an entertainment lawyer. And then if you are in a place where you can afford to get the team together at that moment, get the team together, meaning lawyer, agent, manager, people, and an accountant. Lord Jesus, please. People who are designed to look after your best interests when it comes to contracts and selling your ideas. When will the powers that be respect creatives? Mari. Here's the thing. It's the nature of the relationship, right? As artists, we don't want to be starving. And as business people, they're not connected to their own creativity. So they have it for us. Okay? Okay? It's not ever gonna be like a mutually respected situation. It is going to be about business. And for us creatives, the best thing you can do is find a way to protect yourself immediately. Immediate. That's partially why when we do our live pitch workshops, and for those of you who got your acceptance letters and got the live pitch workshop information, before you can pitch on this live, you have to register your idea. The thing is, and I like to have this conversation a lot, so you'll hear it a lot in my lives, you'll hear it a lot in class, I'll say this to you a lot. Registering your idea, copywriting your idea, it does not protect you from your idea being stolen. It helps you have a leg to stand on to fight for it back, to stop the other person from doing it. But it's like one of those things where they have to commit the crime first in order for you to fight back. So I like for you guys to register. Yes, Amari, with WGA. And WGA for sure. That's bare bones minimum. It has to be registered with WGA or we can't even talk. But I also strongly suggest you copyright it too. You might as well, since you're there. But I do understand there's a difference in price. WGA, I think, is like $20 to register it. It goes into the vault. It's there. Only you can find it. Only you can pull it out. Only you can say, this is, my idea. Copywriting, I think it starts around like $40. So it can get a little bit pricey. And it's totally up to you. But as far as the pitch workshop goes, I like every single person listening, every single person pitching to know that this idea is already registered. So we've already started to protect it. Okay. That's the main reason, first reason. The second reason is the process of registering it kind of puts you in a position to take yourself a little more seriously. So even if you're on here just because you have a bunch of ideas, like if you're like me, I have ideas all the time. Like I'm always like, ooh, that'd be great. Ooh, that'd be great. I literally just gave a great idea to my Uber driver earlier today when I was like, ooh, this would be a great detective series with an Uber driver. Like, come on now. Right? Like this, like Murder, She Wrote, like super wholesome Murder, She Wrote, but like with an Uber driver. So I was like fleshing this out with my Uber driver on my ride. And I was like, oh, you should really take that and do something with it. Right? Like it'd be really good. Like you could really write like a really good perspective with it. But like I want you to know to take yourself seriously. So if you're coming up with these ideas all the time, grab one of them from the ether and like sit down with it. Do a little something with it, even if it's just for this class. Amari, you read something like that in film school, right? Murders in the carpool lane. Yes. Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Ideas, if you're a creative person, you're going to have creative ideas all the time. All the time.
You don't need a treatment. You could literally register. Well, I guess it is technically a treatment, but you could register like a log line with the WGA. The less information you have, the harder it is to actually fight for it or actually say that you've protected that. So it does not have to be a treatment. It can be a rough idea that you've put on a piece of paper. It's totally up to you how serious you are with it. WGA fees, I think last I checked, they were $20. But that might have changed. I think the last time I registered something might have been before the writer's strike or during the writer's strike. or right after, sometime around there. For those of us who don't know what's a treatment, we're not talking about treatments. We're not talking about treatments. We're talking about title pages, taglines, log lines. That is it. That is it. I want to make sure everybody understands that. Joe, you don't have to be a WGA member. Anyone can, my dog could register something with the WGA if he really wanted to. I know, Amari, we're not talking about him. We're not talking about treatment. We're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. We are TV 101, okay? 101. So we are taking this in little chunks so that it makes sense by the time we get to the big thing. I'm almost going to end this class, but I want to just say this. There's a lot of things you'll hear me repeat because they're just that important. Let's see, how do you do this in the UK? Ooh, I don't know. I've never had an international audience. But I don't know. Crystal might know that answer. But I'll look into it. I will look into it. International. I feel like you could still do WGA, but I don't know if there's like a better option if you're international. Let's see. Okay, so there's a lot of things, there's quite a few things you'll hear me repeat over and over and over and over again because I really want you to get them. Like, for example, title pages, the most important part of your pitch deck. I will say that to you over and over and over again. I don't care what we're talking about. I'm always going to come back to that title page. I'm always going to come back to it, okay? Another thing you will hear me repeat, and I do the Cliff Notes version of it, so I'm going to give you the full extent of what I mean by it. So as I say it in other classes, you won't feel lost. When you are creating something, when you have a project, let's say you're writing a TV series for Netflix, right? You're writing your series for the streaming service. You put everything down on a piece of paper. You write it on your computer. It is 25 pages long, 600 pages long, whatever it is. You have everything word vomit onto a document, okay? That is the ocean. That is everything that you need to know. That is the ocean, okay? You as the creator. From that ocean, you have to take that and streamline it down so it becomes a river. And that river, the ocean funnels into the river. And then you have to take what's in that river and you have to streamline that down to a stream. Sorry, I get my bodies of water mixed up. You have to narrow that down streamline it down to a stream. Then when you get that stream, you have to streamline that down to a puddle. That puddle then has to be streamlined all the way down into a glass of water. That glass of water, and I don't have a glass of water, but I have this. I have this. This glass of water, this proverbial glass of water, is what you are walking in the door with. This is your pitch deck. So this glass of water is what you are convincing me to drink. Once I drink this and I love it, I've drank the Kool-Aid, I'm like, great, where's the source? Give me more. Then we show them and say, this is your pitch deck, right? Then you show them the puddle. The puddle is your synopsis or overview of the series. Then you want to show, they're like, oh, I love it, give me more. Then you show them the stream. Then you show them the river. Then you show them the ocean, right? So we start with the ocean and we have to get it all the way down to a glass of water. And this is important to keep in mind at all times throughout this class because you're working both ends. You as the creator, you are starting at the ocean, coming down to a glass of water. As someone who is receiving your pitch, a producer or a network exec or whoever that's getting your pitch, they're starting with a glass of water and working their way to the ocean. So you guys are moving in opposite directions and where you meet is that glass of water. So that glass of water is crucial. It is crucial. So you have to understand what we are doing in this class is we are swapping between those perspectives, right? So when I say things like we're only talking about title page, tagline, logline, that's because I want that framework for that glass to be absolutely solid. I don't want any holes in it. I want you to understand what that glass is and what that glass means, okay? As we pour into that glass, we're pulling it from the ocean. But I want you to understand that you can't dump the whole ocean in the glass. It won't fit. So then we have to get the most important things. And then we'll spread out a little bit from there. And then we'll get a little bit bigger. And then we'll get a little bit more in depth and a little bit more in depth. But you cannot hand somebody the ocean as your pitch deck. You cannot. You cannot. Okay? Because whoever's reading it, they are regular human beings that will judge a book by its cover. And they will be overwhelmed. You guys heard Grey's Anatomy's logline is 2 sentences. And we felt like, oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. Oh, wait, I think Crystal just answered. Oh, there we go. Thank you for pinning this to answer the international question. Okay, so do we understand that analogy of the ocean down to a glass of water? Because I'm going to say it a lot. Okay, I'm going to say it a lot. And I'm going to say things like a glass of water. Is this a glass of water? Is this something I want to drink? What are you presenting to me? Is this a glass of water or an ocean? Or I'll say this feels like the river. It does not feel like a glass of water. This feels like a puddle. It does not feel like a glass of water. Okay? And with that, the 2004 season comes to an end. Just kidding. No, so I had a blast in this class, you guys. Thank you so much for showing up. Showing up and being active and participating. I absolutely appreciate it. So here's my final commercial break before I go, okay? Here's the commercial break. 1, go purchase my guide. Here's why I want you to purchase it. 1, this whole course was developed from that guide. Actually, it was kind of the reverse. I started teaching on live and realized that people wanted notes. So I put all of my notes into a guide. So they go hand in hand. I want you to have that because it's really crucial. Has every example that I talk about is in here and you can follow along. If you miss a class, if you want to go back, it's there. Purchase the guide, link in my bio. It's $20. It's definitely worth it if this is something that you really want to know information about. The second thing, while you're there on the profile, add yourself to my email list. Because I update that. I will not spam you guys, but I will do significant updates there. For example, if I'm moving this to another platform or if another platform feels better for us and what we're doing and I want to move us there, I might send an email for that. So the emails are for big things. You want to know about live pitch workshops, which are every Sunday. All of that is on the email list. So you want to go do that. Third, I'm going to put our Patreon, please forgive me, I'm going to put the Patreon link in my bio at some point before I go to bed tonight. So get on our Patreon because your homework is due by Sunday. Your homework is a title page and all things that are included on the title page. And your second slide is your log line. Okay, someone said I froze. Hopefully you guys got all of that. Okay, so commercial break. Go buy the guide. Link in the bio. Add yourself to the email list. Become a member of our Patreon. Anything for this class is free on our Patreon. I just need to have a central place for us to be and congregate. There will be discussion boards. There will be one after this live so that we can start talking and asking questions and sort of getting some info back and forth. And communicating. The other thing is your homework. Your homework. It's pinned right now. Create a title page for a comedic murder mystery and a log line, which is due Sunday. It's not, you don't have to do it by 7 p.m. That'd be great. But once the live pitch workshop ends, the homework deadline is done. So roughly 9:30ish. But, if you're an overachiever, just have it done by 7. Okay. I'm not going to look at it until Monday morning, but let's get it there. Your homework assignments are going to be turned in onto our Patreon account. And I'm so sorry I did not link it in the bio, but I definitely will do that when I get off of this live. Okay, so class. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, 7:30 to 9:30. Tuesday is the class. If you can only make one day a week, Tuesday is the class. Wednesday is a recap, more workshop type things, and then a little bit of new stuff, but not really. It's really more of a recap. If you've come to Tuesday class, Wednesday class for the first half of it, you'll already know. And it's just like a recap of what we learned. After Wednesday, sometime after Wednesday, I will post Tuesday's class on YouTube. So YouTube is a week behind us, okay? Sunday, my favorite day, is our live pitch workshops. And that is where someone in this class pitches their idea, their pitch deck, whatever they want to present. It doesn't have to be fully formed, and we will workshop it live for the class. You guys can chime in. I chime in. I sort of break down what I like, what I don't like. I give constructive criticism and sort of help navigate, depending on where you are in your process, what next steps should be for you. Okay? So Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday. Tuesday is the class. Wednesday is the catch-up class. Sunday is our live pitch workshop. Okay? If you need any information, it's on our Patreon. But you guys don't know where that is because I didn't put the link in the bio. So forgive me, please. I'm just a girl. Eastern time. Everything's Eastern time because I'm out here in the cold. So this is what we do. Also, moderators. Steph is a moderator. Alicia is a moderator. You've been seeing them pin stuff. Asia, are you a moderator too? I don't think so. I think you're... How are you able to pin stuff? Anyways, moderator, Steph is main moderator. She posts a lot of stuff. She reads my mind and will literally pin a comment as it's coming out of my brain. And I'm like, how did you do that? Okay, Alicia is also a moderator. And they can answer any questions for you. Please make sure you follow them on their TikTok. Show them some love too, because they work hard up in here. They work hard up here. Crystal also. Crystal's not a moderator, but Crystal is a wealth of knowledge. So Crystal cannot help but to guide you guys. And that is such a wonderful trait. So go follow her, support her as well. And don't forget, of course, Alicia, do not forget to follow Anita. Why? Because Anita is about to be the next Shonda Rhimes. And y'all just don't know. Okay, y'all just don't know. Just say Crystal is an Aries. That makes so much sense, Crystal. I feel like I know you even more now. Yes, go follow Anita. She's the next Shonda Rhimes. She don't know it yet, but she is. Okay, so follow her. Thank you, Steph, for posting everything. Okay, so it's 9:39. I don't want to keep you guys too late after class. Office hours, if you guys need anything, Patreon is the place to go. I will answer more questions there, and that we can have dialogue and conversation there. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are fantastic. It was fantastic. You guys were fantastic. The energy was great. You guys were definitely dialed in. Oh, yeah, you found her. Good. Okay, so I will see you guys tomorrow at 7:30 for our recap, a little bit more workshop, and a little tiny bit of new information, okay? I will see you guys tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much, Steph. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Tiffany. You guys are fantastic support. Thank you. And Alien Superstar, I don't know if you're still in here. Okay, bye, guys.